Hello guys, we are looking for buys on Euro USD. Okay, so market is already buying actually. It's tested the neckline of, technically you could call this a triple bottom. 1 2 3. It's gone past here, retested the wicks, and it's going back up now, and I'm looking for here as take profit, so I'm thinking this is gonna hit, so stay tuned, we will be right back. Okay, so Euro USD is about to hit TP, guys. Yeah, so I said market will go from here to here, and it's done that. So it made this move after gold did. There it is, about to hit TP, guys. You can see Euro USD. This market on the side is not Euro USD. Only this one. This one is actually gold. I basically fell asleep on gold, but I had buy order on this one, and I got triggered, and it took me a while to realize until my alert went off for it. So yay! I'll be back. I'm just wanted to show you Euro USD. You can see that market did make it to TP, okay, and I think it's actually going further up because it formed like a continuation pattern, but I've already made a nice trade. This is quite the move from here to here. I mean, this is an obvious one. You can see all of these zones are cleared, and to be fair, I actually expected the market would likely reach here at least to the very, very top, but for me, I wanted to get out of the safe zone because I don't know how much retracement market could give before it goes off to the next zone. And from here all the way to here is a pretty good move on the 15-minute time frame, so can't complain there. And you can see where we got a bullish engulfing. Honestly, like, all of this clear path, it just allows for a very nice up move for this market after all of this consolidation. Essentially, this was actually the beginning of this move, but we had a lot of consolidation before it continued up, okay, because this is a double bottom. Then we had on the second bottom we had a bullish engulfing, and naturally the first zone that market tested was this first resistance, and then it came back down, gave yet again another bullish engulfing again, which is around the neckline test for this bullish engulfing, and it gave yet another bullish engulfing, went up, messed about quite some time at this zone, as you can see. But as we were getting closer to when news was coming, I looked at this market just to see what it's doing. I was like, okay, I think the market might be done messing about on this zone. So I marked out this area for where market would, because when I came back to check on market, it was I think it was here. It's likely going to come back down and retest the zone. Let me see what it does when it does that. It came down, gave a nice bullish engulfing, and then poof, took me in. After I saw the bullish engulfing, obviously the bullish engulfing closed here. Now, you know me, I'm not like this engulfing is very it's a long one. I'm like, imagine taking a trade here on the candle close to aim for here, and then you have to endure all of this. I don't do endurance. Yes, no. See, if market was planning to continue from here where it closed for the bullish engulfing, you can see it engulfed this candle, right? If market plan to close and just continue there, I'm okay to miss the trade. I'm really okay, because I'm planning for my stop loss to be somewhere around here, So I'm not trying to have like like a 1 to 2 trade kind of thing. I don't even think it's even a 1 to 2. I don't think it's big enough to make it. It may be 1 to close to 2, but not quite 2. So let's call it a 1 to 2 trade. I'm thinking, no, why am I going to go for a 1 to 2 trade when I can have a much better entry? I wanted it to come down. Most of the time, if the engulfing candle is extremely long like this, if I don't get an incline retest, then I'm not doing it. But look, let's look at another engulfing. If we get another engulfing candle like this one is not so long like this. One can afford to not necessarily wait for the neckline of this engulfing. You see where this candle tested, For me, I can understand someone getting it at this candle close without wanting to having a deep neckline retest. But for me, but on this one, it's a no can do. I need that retest. If I'm not getting it, it's okay. I can stay out. Not every trade. I don't need to catch everything I see. So I need to get in right so that I can have the tightest stop loss possible for that trade. So I was patient, and because here's another thing I will tell you as well, like, you see this candle, you can see where the wick stops, yeah, which doesn't like overshadow this candle, it just stops somewhere at the body of this candle. So instead of, I even make it tighter, like instead of getting in right at the neckline, I would maybe look to get in at this wick. If the wick is really long all the way, I wouldn't suggest looking for entry at the long wick that touch closest to the bottom of the engulfing candles. But if it's a short one that stops maybe halfway or something, it's most likely that market will come, instead of stopping right at the neckline. If it's going to test the neckline, instead of stopping right there, it will test that wick from the previous candle that is somewhere wicking out around the body of this, if it's not a long one, if it's a short one. But if it's a long one that goes down like this, yeah, don't expect entry to be there. This is just something I've looked at, and I've noticed like it tends to test this. Let me give you an example. This is a bearish engulfing, right? Because we have a green candle and a red candle that engulfed the green candle, so that's a bearish engulfing. Now let's assume I wanted to take sales on this. This is all hypothetical, just for me to show you what I'm talking about. So neckline of this bearish engulfing is here, right? But because of how this candle here goes up a little bit higher, not too high up somewhere here, you can afford to get in here, and that gives you more pips in your favor and a tighter stop loss, right? Let me show you another example. And that's of course if it's going to test the neckline, because market doesn't always test the neckline of an engulfing, as we know. But when it's going to test, depending on how the last candle wicks formed, if it gave any, it might play a role in how you've been able to get a tight stop loss, if that makes sense. I'm trying to look for an example, another one, to show the other side of this coin that I mentioned. Bear with me while I find an example of the other side of the coin. I guess this is sort of like the other side. You see how we have this bearish engulfing here? Market engulfed this candle and all these little candles, right? And then we had the retest. This retest came for a neckline retest of this engulfing, of this bearish engulfing, and I guess it aligns with the wick of this candle. But see how this other candle basically goes way up here. So what I'm trying to say is, if a candle, let's assume this green candle is actually closer, basically the red candle, this red candle is non-existent and this green candle is here. Let's assume that's what this market looks like, okay? I'm trying to say is, if the wick goes past the body towards the top or to infinity and beyond, don't expect if a candle that will retest the neckline of the engulfing that it would also join this to infinity and beyond before dropping. So that's what I mean. Okay, so just use common sense. Apply some common sense, see? There is a typical example of what I'm saying. Look here, guys. You see how we have like a bullish engulfing in this triple bottom move, but look at the middle, the bullish engulfing there. You see this candle that retested the neckline, it didn't come all the way. Even the next bottom didn't come all the way to test this either, but this candle didn't test it. You only tested the neckline. So when the wick is shorter and respecting the body of the engulfed candle, then it's likely that you don't have to just get in at the neckline. You can afford to go lower to where it wicks out, unless you get this kind of crazy wicks. Then just aim for the neckline. Aim for the neckline. Yep. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found that very educational or helpful. Oh, there's another example. This is a perfect one. We have a bearish engulfing here, guys, right? You see this candle, obviously, it closed pretty much above the body. And guess what this candle did that tested in bearish engulfing? It tested the neckline. You can see it didn't go all the way here to test at the top. That's what I mean. So if the wick is too close to the top or away from it, don't expect if a candle that retests the neckline will also test the wicks. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can learn more little tricks and nuggets on how you can trade.